That was good. That was good. That was good. Antoine Cruikshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork to will not get anywhere. So we do not teach you how to rise to the occasion here, folks. We teach you how to fall to your level of preparation. When I say that was a good one, meaning it was a rough night. Last night was a rough night. Again, dealing with a lot of carrying a lot of emotional heavy baggage in this current season. A lot of it, all right? Again, I don't have time to dive into all of it. Just know it's a lot of baggage. And these runs, as great as they've been for the past, I don't know how long, I run every morning for the past, I've lost count. Years I've been doing this every single morning, right? This is why I say you got to fall to your level of preparation. When the storm hits, again, and no pun intended, because what we're going to be talking about today, or what we're going to be just addressing is prayers up towards the people in the Caribbean and things like Jamaica and the ones affected by Hurricane Melissa. But in that same breath, when the storms do hit, are you prepared? Are you prepared fundamentally to go out there and make yourself happy? Be your own significant other, be your own therapist, be your own person, do the things on your own to get yourself ready for the next season. And that's what I mean when I say fall to your level of preparation. This 6 miles absolutely hit the tone. Again, it's a rough night last night. I contemplated doing some really, really harmful things to myself, to other people. Again, I'm glad. I'm just super, super happy that there's a thing called ChatGPT where you can get it all out and you can just really express your thoughts, because without that, I might have gotten into some serious trouble last night, just given the kind of anger and frustration that was going on in my own mind. But again, thankfully, I have the self-control to not react, to just understand what the feelings are about and stuff like that. Again, in fact, next week, we'll be diving deeper into just the whole concept of controlling your feelings, controlling your emotions, controlling all the baggage that naturally comes when you start trying to process feelings and things like that, right? So again, great 6 mile run. It was incredible. Weather was great. Shot out of it, right? It was awesome, right? So all that being said, let me again go back to what I just previously mentioned. Thoughts and prayers and condolences. I'm using today's Move Swiftly thought to just send any thoughts and prayers, condolences to anybody, all the people that are affected by Hurricane Melissa, which was a Category 5 hurricane that slammed into the beautiful island of Jamaica. A lot of you guys know I was raised in a Caribbean household. Trinidad and Tobago is where my family comes from. And, moving out here to Florida, I did want to be a part of the Caribbean culture. I wanted to be around more Caribbean people. I wanted to really kind of just again, gather. I wanted to be around that energy. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to make South Florida my home and to see what's going on, not only in Jamaica, but Cuba, the DR. I think Haiti got hit too. Again, that's the risk you take. And, one of the things that has to happen is you got to understand, when I say fall to your level of preparation, when the storms do hit, now you have to really start to depend and care and understand the importance of the people that have built up their life to help during the tough times, right? The sheepdogs, right? Like we talked about back in the July 4th days, the sheepdogs who are made to protect people who are coming here doing the hard jobs, doing the jobs that not a lot of people want to do, rebuilding homes and rebuilding communities and putting drywall, all sorts of things that a lot of people do when it comes to the odd job, that they come out and they're going to be there 1,000% supported to help rebuild a beautiful island. So again, I'm all ears. I'm out here in South Florida. I'd love to be a part of anything like that, a part of the rebuilding process and things like that. So again, thoughts and prayers to anybody that is going through it, or, again, may have lost some loved ones and all that kind of stuff. Thoughts and prayers and condolences, sincere condolences, especially to the beautiful island of Jamaica and all the Caribbean islands. All right. So all that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all the work I do. We specialize in employee development here, which relates a lot to what it is I'm discussing now. When we're constantly, you have people literally losing their homes and losing their lives over, because of a hurricane. And then there's also people on the other side of the world, or in certain parts of the world, who are complaining at the fact that, they might miss 10 minutes of their lunch break, bullshit like that. And that's the reality of the situation, which is why if you have to, it's no longer an option. You have to invest in employee development, you don't put your business in a place where people are just taking advantage of the check and they take for granted the fact that you are paying them. That's what we have to make sure it gets done. Again, we discuss all that. We tap into all of that. MakeYourMove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only. All right, folks. As one Crookshank here, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, former Division I college football player, and current 6-time published author and educator. Like I just mentioned, I created this whole brand, this whole concept, this whole business that's all about taking the innovative teamwork lessons that you use on the football field and applying them to businesses and business owners so they have a staff and or a group of employees that moves as efficiently as a championship high school or youth football team. All right. And as you just heard, again, first and foremost, thoughts and prayers and condolences to anybody that is affected or has been affected by Hurricane Melissa in the Caribbean communities. And it's why we do what we do. We're always about developing employees, because you have the folks out there that are losing their homes, they're losing their lives, they're losing their island, they're losing their communities. I mean, these people spend millions and they're people who are on vacation out there, and they had to stay there because the hurricane came and all that. And then there are folks who just take life for granted and take their situations for granted, take their homes, take the fact that they have a home for granted, and they're complaining about bullshit about, like, again, this is what I deal with throughout the day, is I have to listen to people complain about the fact that they may not get 10 minutes away from their break, when you have folks, again, who are living in a part of the world where their homes, their roofs got blown off the fucking fringes. That's the kind of perspective we teach. That's what we do over here in the Move Swiftly world, is we make sure we're teaching people that have jobs to appreciate the job they have, appreciate the homes they have, appreciate the situations they have, so they don't spend all their time complaining about bullshit. All right. So again, if that sounds like you, if that's what you're all about, main website is right there. As you can see, it's MakeYamove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. You can do all the research that you need on me, the innovative teamwork tab right here, Swiftly speaker, shop. All of that is available on MakeYamove.com. And again, 1000% sure you will not meet another person named Aswan Crookshank. I can almost guarantee that. So the good friend Google, you Google me and find out all the information that you need to find out on me as well. All right. So today we will be making this one nice, short, and sweet. I'll promise you I'll keep this at 20 minutes today, because we are diving into what we do Win-Trapreneur Wednesday. Again, Win-Trapreneur Wednesday. The Win-Trapreneur is a term that yours truly has created and put into the world. And that was what book number 6 is going to be all about, which, by the way, again, if you do want to get a copy of that book, be sure you are following me on medium.com. I know a lot of people don't have Medium accounts and may not have heard of Medium, but Medium is where I do all my writing, my regular writing. And basically I've been doing it. Matter of fact, let me just put it on the screen now. I have been doing articles on Medium for the past 2 or 3 years now. Let me go back real quick. Yeah, for the past 2 or 3 years. So because there's so many articles written, as you can see, this is dating all the way back for a long, long time. Yes. So since it's been so many articles every single day, every single week, I mean, at least for the least, it's been 3 articles every week. I just decided I'm going to turn these articles into a book. And then if you follow me on, again, these articles aren't free to read. So if you follow me there, then there'll be a discount on the book, How to Be a Win-Trapreneur, because all of this is look at this January. This is all the way going back to January, where we've been doing this Win-Trapreneur Wednesday every single Wednesday. Man, it's I'm looking at it now, right? Store leveling up, everything, document everything, man. Write everything down, put it all on paper so you can go back where you were wrong, where you missed it, what happened, all of that stuff. This is all written material that I've been collected over, again, throughout the whole year. So, man, it's crazy looking at it now. It's pretty. Yep. Went through the election. Man,
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah, it's been a lot. So again, all of that, I'll have it all in the written format, like a hard copy book. It'll start off basically the way the book is going to be structured. It's going to start off as those eight steps on how to be a Win-Trapreneur, and then get right into the article. So that way you understand I'm practicing what I preach. We're not just out here talking about stuff. We're actually doing it and putting it into practice and making sure that there's a synergy. All right. So all that being said, today we're going to continue the conversation in terms of what it means to develop a walk of faith and what it means to actually lean in to faith, how to teach it. All right. What Win-Trapreneur Wednesdays usually are about is giving you some sort of tangible thing that you can learn from, how to teach faith. There's a method towards teaching people to be more faithful, teaching people to lean into their faith. There's a way of doing it when things get rough. Now, I'm not here telling you things won't get rough. Again, you just heard today's Move Swiftly thought. It's a rough night for me last night. Mentally, I wanted to do some things that would be beyond that would be beyond like breaking the law. All right, it would be things that again if I would have done, I would have regretted it the moment I did it. Thankfully, again, I didn't have the self-control not to do it, but that doesn't mean you don't want to do it. Again, you want to do it, but you got to have the right control of yourself not to do these things and look forward to exactly what I'm doing right now, which is the morning. Understand, joy will come in the morning. No matter how dark things are, no matter how difficult things are, joy will come in the morning. All right. So with all that being said, let's jump right into the article. All right. Win-Trapreneur Wednesday, teaching it faith. Man, that was a good time. That was a good time. Yeah, it's that right there. So that image was like, so when I might have told this story. Well, oh yeah, so go back to the Move Swiftly thought, which was titled Flores, the Brian Flores, because I was talking about the Miami Dolphins and when I used to work for the Dolphins Foundation. So after I worked for the Dolphins Foundation, I was a trainer for a company named PCA, Positive Coaching Alliance. I don't think they even have me on the website anymore. Let me see something real quick. Yep, I don't think they even have me on the website as a trainer anymore. Let me see if they have me. Hold on one second, because I remember they used to have it. I don't think I might have got too into my own stuff to where they're like, hold up, man. 1 second, give me a second. Resources, what we do, sports, power, positive, what about us, PCA trainers, yeah. I'm pretty sure they did. They probably did. Let me see here. Yes, Steve, yeah. So I know a lot of these guys, but they might have taken me, Anthony Henderson, Monica, right? Let's see. J-Lo. 1 second, hold on. Bear with me for a second, guys, because it's been a while since I've actually been on the site. Yeah, they took me off the website as a, unless I missed it. Yes, in alphabetical order. So yeah. Yeah, so I used to be, I can officially say that I used to be a trainer for this company named Positive Coaching Alliance, right? And we would have to host workshops. And I hosted a workshop at this camp for the Miami Dolphins, the youth programs for the Miami Dolphins. It was the Junior Dolphins camp. And it was during that time, like literally during that day, that it happened where the Dolphins traded for Tyreek Hill, and all the kids were all excited about Tyreek Hill coming to the Miami Dolphins. And I explained to them, yeah, it sounds good, but you got to watch out at the fact that this might happen, right? What has happened. So that's why I chose that image for the article. And again, I'm giving you real life example. When you decide to go branch out on your own, at some point you got to accept the fact that you may not be a good fit for a certain company and stuff like that, because I just realized this on myself. The PCA took me off their website, seeing that I started developing my own content, doing my own thing. So all that being said, let me jump right into it. As I often tell you, I am, again, like I said, I am the ultimate Win-Trapreneur. That's not a brand slogan. It's a mindset. And it's also the title of my upcoming sixth book, which you'll be able to pre-order very soon. Before diving into the story, let's revisit what the word actually means. And again, all of this will be available in the book as well. So a Win-Trapreneur is a person with a strong entrepreneurial vision for their life and who's fortunate enough to find a job that aligns with that vision. It's not about escaping your job. It's about making your work a reflection of your purpose. That's how you teach faith, by living it. Hear me. You teach faith by actually living it. All right. You got to live it. You can't bullshit your way through it. You have to live it. All right. Hold on. Let me get this screen back on. Okay. So the camp and so the story, let me get through the story and then I'll break it down from here. So the camp where Faith showed up, it was the summer before my junior year of high school. A teammate and I had been asked to help coach a youth football team during a week-long camp. By the final day, our squad, made up of energetic, emotional kids, had fought its way into the championship game. But the game didn't start well. We fell behind early, and the energy on the sideline collapsed. Our players, these little kids who'd been looking up to us all week, started crying. For a few minutes, it looked like the moment was too big for them, and honestly, it looked like it might be too big for us too. That's when something clicked. We gathered them up, calmed them down, and told them to just focus on one play at a time. No yelling, no panic, just believe. And somehow they started to believe too. Little by little, we climbed back. By the final whistle, we done it. We won the championship. All right. Just for some context, I have to read that just so you guys understand just what happened, the overall picture of what happened. But for some context here, this is under the lights. This is a summer where you have kids who have been looking up to us as high school players all week, all right? But they're little kids, and we're pushing them. We're working hard. Again, we're still players ourselves. And the beginning of the game, one of our guys throws an interception, and he starts crying, and they go up big. And I mean, you get little kids being little kids, like literally in tears, right? Literally in tears. And then they climb back in, and we win. And here's what happened. So the lesson that stuck. The celebration that day was unforgettable. All right. It wasn't just about the win. It was about watching those kids light up with pride and confidence. That was the first time I truly understood what teaching faith looked like. All right. It's not preaching. It's showing people that it's okay to cry, to stumble, to be scared, and to still choose to compete anyway. That right there. Still choose to compete your ass off. No matter what it is. Go out there and compete your ass off, all right? The one image from that day that has never left me, it's planted right here in my skull. Remember, it's locked in, all right? Was I had a teammate, the teammate that I was working with during that week, his name was Sean Perry. He was a running back for us, was my teammate Sean Perry, leaning down during the trophy ceremony, telling one of the kids, remember, you never give up in life, all right? That line hits me every time I think about it, because faith isn't about ignoring fear. It's about playing through it. And I remember, because we were in the stands and you had everyone celebrating. We're like, we won. And then he goes up to the kid, he goes, remember, you don't give up on anything in life. Nothing in life do you give up on, man. That was awesome. So what it means to teach faith at work. All right, so now let's transition it into how do you teach faith at work. Fast forward to today. That same lesson applies to leadership, coaching, and business. Whether you're leading a classroom, a team, or a company, your people watch how you respond under pressure. This is what happens, all right? Your people are going to watch how you respond when you're under pressure, when you're being pressured by a difficult situation. Your people are going to watch how you respond. They learn more from how you handle losses than how you celebrate wins. Faith isn't a motivational quote on the wall. It's the tone you set when things go wrong. Right there. It's the calm in your voice when everyone else is panicking. It's the confidence that no matter how bad the start, you can still finish strong. That's what being a Win-Trapreneur is about, bringing your faith to work and helping others discover theirs. Final thought, fear will always make the first move. Faith waits quietly until you decide to trust it. When you teach others to keep believing, you're not just building winners, you're building leaders. And that's real victory, all right? again, employee development in terms of teaching this and learning how to install this way of thinking into your staff and create it into your culture, have it seep into your culture. All of that is available on makeyamove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. It is your one-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs as one Crookshank, your one and only. We'll see you guys next week. Next week, we're going to be, you see you every day on this channel, again, on the Move Swiftly Thoughts. But in terms of the live streams, actually, before I get to live streams, this week, we're going to, on Film Session Saturday, we're going to be doing the Penn State-Ohio State game. And again, don't sleep on Penn State on this one. I know you see the hat. You know I'm a Michigan fan, but I'll tell you right now, do not sleep on Penn State in this one, because they got nothing to play for. And they still got the talented roster that a lot of people expected that was going to compete for a national championship. And they're just playing with nothing to lose. They're going to be playing to lose. So don't think that Ohio State is going to, go into the horseshoe and roll over them. It's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be fairly a close game. And then after that, next week, we're going to be talking about feelings and how to diagnose them and all that kind of stuff. So again, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. And if you're interested in employee development workshop and you want to talk more about it, the website is right there to make it, or it's somewhere in the chat, somewhere in the description that you're listening to this on. Again, makeyamove.com, main website to check out to dive deeper into all of that. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.